Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Dead Rising. We are gonna be doing the ending here, so hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I will also have a few videos on this game, still, after I beat it. I'll also have a separate video showing all of the endings.
Once we have all of the queens, there's no turning back. Make sure you have enough weapons and food with you. Are you absolutely sure?
Yes. That's Zombrex, what you made right there.
You're gonna inject me with that, huh? Okay, Doc. Let's get this over with.
Zombrex suppresses the parasite, so it prevents the parasite from growing.
At least I won't have to worry about turning into one of them for a while. Okay. Next on the agenda. Figure out a way to get the hell out of here.
While I was isolating the hormone, I managed to identify a pheromone that suppresses the attack instinct in adult parasites. In other words, the zombies don't like the way it smells. If you give me a little more time, I should be able to produce some of this pheromone.
They think it smells bad? You think we could use something like that to keep them away from us? We could just walk right past them and get out of here.
In theory, yes. Either way, it's certainly better than nothing.
There was a cave. Outside, where the helicopter crashed. It was packed with zombies, I mean shoulder to shoulder. But it may lead somewhere outside. If it works, your anti-zombie perfume, it could keep us safe in that cave. What do you say? You ready to get the hell out of here?
There won't be enough of this pheromone to waste it on experiments. We'll only have enough to use it once.
Whatever you say.
My God. There are so many. Where on earth could this lead?
I don't know. But considering how many of them keep pouring out of here, it must be connected to something. Isabela, look. Any other way out of here is guarded by the military. If we're gonna get out of here and put a stop to Carlito's plan, we've got to go in there. It's the only way. It's not like we're unarmed. We've got your smelly perfume, don't we? I wouldn't be alive right now if your shot hadn't worked. The perfume's gonna work too. I know it.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Imagine having to go through this. Okay, now what you want to do is, have Isabela crawl under here. And because the perfume, isn't it's with her, the zombies will start to go after you. So the government has killed everybody in the town. The only survivors in the town are Isabela and Frank, and the only place the government hasn't cleared out is the sewers.
Come on!
Yeah, imagine having to go through this.
Are you sure this was a good idea?
Guards here, too. If we can get that gate open, they'll be too busy dealing with zombies to notice us slip by.
Wait. The pheromone is starting to wear off. It's only strong enough to cover one of us. What are you...
All right, hang on tight, okay? Once we're out, let's see if we can't steal ourselves that set of wheels.
It's best not to kill the zombies here, because you can use them to attack the soldiers that are outside. You can open this gate right here, and the zombies will go right after them.
I think someone's here. I'll check it out. Found him!
Come on!
And here we go. We're gonna meet the final boss in the game now.
Whoa!
You have to shoot the little, like, scanner things, and also that thing on the top. This battle is a lot easier in the remake, I can see that now. You wouldn't be able to do this much damage in the original. fires missiles, if I remember also, yeah. There's the missiles.
These automated machines are no use at all on the battlefield. Switch to manual control. Aim main cannon.
Oh, shit.
Well, what have we here? Where were you hiding when my men mopped up the mall? On a mission in which the number of targets is unclear, it's difficult to ensure absolute thoroughness. Huh. You have imagination. That's what drives you in your quest to run. Your quest to hide. As prey, you and your kind are much more stubborn than the zombies.
How much do you know about the zombies?
I commanded the Santa Cabeza cleanup operation. If we had fulfilled our mission then, we wouldn't be needed here now to take care of this incident.
That's all it was to you, huh? A mission. What about those innocent people who had to pay for sins committed by our government?
Our
Human
mistakes have not
research.
begun with this operation. Humanity has proven itself to be quite adept at making mistakes. Ha! Hell, it's the only thing we truly excel at. Well then, I'd say this mission isn't quite over yet. Don't you agree?
This is my favorite Frank West moment of all time in the Dead Rising series right now, this scene. He's the same guy that killed everyone in Carlito and Isabela's village.
Is that all, tough guy?
And the final boss in the game, you don't have any melee weapons. You have to fight him on a tank surrounded by zombies.
You don't stand a chance, kid. Perfect. You'll disappear, and so will the truth.
And let me make sure to turn on the copyright music. I'm gonna turn that on because there's one song that I'm pretty sure is gonna be turned off here.
Don't think you can get out of here alive. This ought to be fun. It's pointless to resist. Nothing will change.
Brock is the only one of the only characters in the game that could be defined as an actual true psychopath. You see how he smiles at the end? He's a very sadistic person. He has no, a psychopath is somebody who has no empathy for others, no conscience. And Brock is the coldest character in the entire game. So yeah, that's the song that I wanted to play, Justified. It's actually not a copyright song. It's the Dead Rising theme, but if you have copyright music turned off, it's not going to play. I love this song. But yeah, the reason that Frank screamed is because of everything that he had to go through in that, in those, 5 days that he was there. And you gotta understand that Frank has really good character development. When he first, came to Willamette, he came there to get rich, just to get his story. He didn't really care much about anything else, but he started saving survivors along the way. He realized there was a giant conspiracy. He grew close to Brad and Jesse. He felt bad for Isabela. And he just cared about getting the truth out at the end. Also, this is still not the end. There's still gonna be one final thing after the credits. I do like that they remastered also the credit scene, the zombies walking. It was like this in the original. But if I was to give this game a score, I would give this game an 8 out of 10. It was one of the best remakes I played, definitely. And there was just so much stuff that was better in the original, like the fact that the safe room area was a lot wider, the staircase survivors were more intelligent, survivors would actually point stuff out to you, the notebook was better, it would give you a list of all the player point stickers. Every survivor would have, their favorite weapons and their favorite food now. All the survivors had, voice dialogue now. There's an option where you can save Thomas too. The weapons have health bars on them. I would say that my biggest complaint about this game has probably been the censorship, which I took an entire point off for. And it's because Larry was changed, which I don't know why they changed him, but also I could have forgiven the Larry thing if they had not changed Cliff's thing, but the fact that they had changed what Cliff said from they changed it from Viet Cong to Mole, and the fact that Cliff said communist, but they took that word out too. And then they took out the erotica shots. That's just unnecessary censorship. And the other reason that I didn't give the game a 10 out of 10 was because there was no co-op, which I really was hoping there'd be co-op, because they could have definitely done it in this game. They had it in Dead Rising 2. Oh. Frank West managed to escape the town of Willamette with information pertinent to the incident under his belt. The news caused a fervor throughout the world, leading to the U.S. government to admit at least partial culpability in the livestock research program. However, no connection to the Willamette incident was acknowledged, and the events that occurred there were deemed the work of a fringe terrorist group. The people of the world, as could be expected from the modern culture of news saturation, soon let the Willamette incident fade from their minds. The authenticity of Carlito's chilling plan to utilize the orphans as pawns has yet to be confirmed or proven false. It is true. The future Dead Rising games on this part, and yet he complained that his belly was not full. That's from a poem, by the way. I forget the name of the poem, but basically, what that was talking about was the fact that infinite mode has been added to the title screen. Do you want to save your... Yes. What that... A lot of people are confused what that means, that final message where it says, and yet your belly, he complained that his belly was not yet full. People think that that's a reference to, like, Frank becoming a zombie. Frank doesn't become a zombie, he survives. He's in the, future Dead Rising games, too. He's the main protagonist in Dead Rising 4, also. But the, I think that my theory on what that means, and yet he complained that his belly was not yet full, the whole reason that the zombies came to exist was because the U.S. government was trying to use that parasitic wasp in order to put it inside the cattle in Santa Cabeza, and so it'll make the cattle hungrier. It basically turned the cattle into zombie cows, made them constantly eat more so that they would, grow and have fatter meat, and then they could sell that meat to the American market. And it was basically saying that just the constant meat eating is what caused this, like the government's obsession with this, just the hunger, the fact that Americans just consume so much. That's what I think that that's what I think was the message there, and yet he complained that his belly was not yet full at the end there. But I think that the moral lesson in the story in this game is, I think there's a few moral lessons, is that the truth should never be hidden, no matter how ugly it is. So the truth had a right to come out. The government tried to hide it. The other moral lesson, I think, it's a criticism of American consumerism, which is about the mall, constantly buy, everything. And the other moral lesson, I think, it was like a criticism of American foreign policy, constant intervention in other countries, and also the fact that you shouldn't experiment with nature. Leave nature alone how it is. Don't experiment with nature. Because experimenting with nature, experimenting with that wasp, is what basically caused this entire nightmare to begin with. But thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. For people wondering, this isn't the final Dead Rising video. I'm still gonna have other videos, and I'm gonna do a live stream of the Infinite mode. I just don't know what day I'll do it, but I'll do a live stream on Infinite mode. Infinite mode is basically a survival mode. You can explore them all, survive for a number of days, so I'll do a live stream on that. And I will also have a few lore videos I have a lore video on how Frank got infected. I actually have an explanation for that. There's a specific scene where you don't notice it at first, but it's how Frank got infected. I'll also be doing a lore video on why the U.S. government wants to cover up the, the Willamette incident and, like, the background behind the wasps and, how they, how the zombie parasite works exactly. And I will have a video also on all the separate endings in the game. So there's a few different endings, and I'll have a separate video on that. And I probably will make a guide on all of the survivors, how to save all of them. I think I want to make a guide on that. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. This is probably my favorite game of 2024. I would say, yeah, it is my favorite game. And I don't support any kind of censorship, don't get me wrong. I think some of the censorship was stupid, but every single other part of the game was great, other than the censorship. Every single other part. The cutscenes were great. The story was great, just like the original. All the fact they added a bazooka to a rocket launcher, and now overall, I just enjoyed the game. The only thing, my only complaint, like I said, is the censorship and there was no co-op, because this game could have definitely had co-op. Like, imagine co-op in infinite mode. I think that would have been really fun. Unfortunately, they didn't have that. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this series. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.
You corner me to say, oh, how